Broncos HC Sean Payton torches the narrative surrounding Bo Nix. The noise around the Denver Broncos' recent struggles has been loud, fiery even, and much of it has been unfairly aimed at rookie quarterback Bo Nix. But if you're expecting head coach Sean Payton to pile on, think again. While some of his former NFL media colleagues have been quick to point fingers, Payton refuses to let Nix shoulder the blame alone. Yes, anyone watching objectively can tell that Nix has hit a bit of a rough patch over the last couple of weeks, but Payton is wrapping his arms around his young quarterback, redirecting the criticism toward himself, his staff, and the entire offensive operation. We've got to remember, it's not just Bo, Payton emphasized on Wednesday. It's the entire offensive process, and that includes our game planning. And he's not wrong. Even beyond the play calling, penalties have absolutely crippled this offense. Last week against the Las Vegas Raiders, the Broncos racked up more penalties, 11, than first downs. That's not just shooting yourself in the foot, that's unloading the entire clip. When you force a quarterback to constantly dig out of 1st and 20 or long second down situations, it's nearly impossible to create manageable third downs. Denver's discipline simply hasn't been there, and ultimately that traces right back to the coaching staff. Self-inflicted wounds. Unfortunately, penalties have been the theme of the season. Denver ranks 31st in the NFL in this category. Only one team has been worse. Obviously the penalties, Payton said. We're doing a great job not taking sacks, but when we start at 1st and 20, we've got to eliminate those. Daugsat scheme and play design are also on Payton's plate, and while his track record suggests he'll be able to adjust, the execution has to rise with him. The good news? Nix has been sacked only 11 times this season, the second fewest in the league, which is a testament both to his pocket awareness and the elite-level performance of Denver's offensive line. This week, the Broncos run headfirst into a Kansas City Chiefs defense that ranks 6th in total yards allowed and thrives on pressure. This is a pressure team, Payton explained. Every week, we're searching for easy completions. Sometimes a touchdown is simply a great individual play. Other times, it's scheme. We're constantly trying to find those opportunities that fit our offense and the defense we're attacking. A tale of slow starts and late-game magic. One of the most fascinating threads of Nix's 2025 season has been his habit of slow starts, followed by electric, almost surreal late-game surges, a bit reminiscent of Tim Tebow's glory days. Against the Philadelphia Eagles, he struggled early but caught fire in the fourth quarter, leading the Broncos to a dramatic comeback against the reigning champions. His late-game explosion in Week 7 against the Giants sparked fan calls for a more up-tempo offense. Yet Payton has hesitated to commit to hurry-up concepts full-time, possibly because it limits his ability to rotate personnel, which is a signature element of his system. Here we are, heading into Week 11, and fans are still wondering why Denver doesn't unleash Nix earlier with tempo to get him in rhythm before crunch time arrives. Payton insists the key is simply starting faster, but consistently achieving that has proved to be easier said than done. I think it's our job offensively to put ourselves in a position to start faster, Payton said. There aren't many times after a game, win or lose, when you feel fully satisfied. Even during Denver's impressive 7-game win streak, Payton has probably left the stadium feeling like something wasn't quite clicking. Winning is great, but truly great teams know there's always another level to reach. One undeniable improvement from last season, Denver's performance in one-score games. After going 1-6 last year, the Broncos are now 6-2 in nail-biters, an extraordinary turnaround. Nix deserves a ton of credit for that. Delivering in the clutch is a gift, but ideally the offense won't need to rely on late miracles every week. Comfort in the grindstone. To his credit, Nix has stayed grounded, off social media, locked in, and focused on his craft. There's plenty he can sharpen, but reducing penalties, eliminating drops, and improving play-calling rhythm would dramatically help him regain his early season form. Against a seasoned rival like Kansas City, every mistake becomes magnified. The margin for error shrinks to almost nothing. If the Broncos use their mini-bye to tighten things up mentally and fundamentally, they have a real shot at keeping pace. If not, it could be a long afternoon against one of the league's toughest defenses.